or sort 3 actually.
Is that the good news or the bad news? So, as many of you guys do know, I do drive a Chevy truck. Most of our trucks around the farm are Chevys. We do now have 2 Fords. And I was actually thinking about getting a Ford for a while. I am in the market for a new pickup currently. But what I was really looking for was a 2020 maroon, leather interior and all. And I could just never find one with that was maroon that had the leather interior. The leather interior is very hard to find, so I'd been looking and looking and looking, and finally one of my friends talked me into one day going and looking at a Ford, and I did find a Ford that I liked. It was a black 6.7. It was really nice. I loved it. But whenever Dad started having problems with his again, I was just kind of like, I don't know about that. The good thing about them though is they do have a lot of warranty on them. They have a, you can get up to 175,000 mile for 7 years, and that would be almost a deal killer for me. So I was like, you know what, I kind of like it. I'm gonna start looking, and I'll look a little bit more. And then Dad started having problems with his, and that truck's only got maybe 80,000 miles on it. So that kind of put me in a pinch. I was like, I don't know that I want a Ford now, because mine's almost got 190 on it, if not a little bit over, and it does good. It does really good actually. So I don't know. It's hard to tell what I'll end up doing, but I am in the market for a new pickup. This one's not very old, but it has a lot of miles on it, so it's time for me to get something a little bit different. And plus I want something a little bit different anyways. So I'm down south at Steckler's, and Ross had forgot to spray a field. There's no easy way of getting back here, so I just decided to take the drone and just fly it back there and look at it and see what it looks like, because I need to know what kind of weeds are on it before I come back down and spray it. And today's a perfect day to do it. I need to fly my drone, make sure everything works right on it. So perfect opportunity to do it. So I'm flying my drone right now, and I got her up in the air, and as you can tell, my truck is just covered in mud. So I guess I gotta wash it whenever I get back now. Now that I got my answers, I guess I'll go home and wash off my truck. I didn't see too much really out there. Nothing that a little bit of dicamba and a little bit of Roundup won't kill it. So we'll just have to run some probably Diflex, Roundup, and some not atrazine, but probably harness extra that are Fearless from FBN. Yeah, I'm not really sure what we'll do about that yet. It just kind of depends on when it's going to dry out. But we will have to spray it with something, that is for sure. That is a for sure fact. I'd say it will end up being dicamba and Roundup, because I did see a little bit of giant ragweed out there and a lot of grass. So we'll have to get that taken care of before they get too terribly big, and then yeah, go from there. But the crops actually don't look too bad down here, besides that one field. For some reason it seems like every time you put a drone up in the air, the field that you're flying over looks like crap. But yeah, a lot of these beans down here actually look really good, so pretty impressed with it, especially for the year. I do, however, though, wish that it would warm up, because the longer that it stays cool like this, the more problems we're going to have with getting the residual to stick, or not to stick, but getting weeds killed and stuff like that, because that weed's not going to metabolize the product as fast. So we need to really warm up here in the next couple days. I mean, they say it's going to, but it just seems like they just drop right back off, and that is not good for us at all. Having these cooler temperatures does help with the metribuzin, though. It does help keep the metribuzin around a little bit, but if it'd warm up, it'd work a lot better, because then these beans and this corn could actually get up and cover the in between the rows, and then you wouldn't have to worry about weeds growing in between the rows. So only time will tell what'll happen. I can't tell you what's going to happen next week anymore, because I just simply don't trust the weathermen anymore. They say it's going to rain all week next week on one app, and then the other app says there's a 20% chance of rain all week next week. So it's hard telling, but we really only need about 2 or 3 more good days of planting, and then we'll be done with everything besides our really low ground that we wait until last to plant anyways, and some of it's already underwater. So yeah, only time will tell, but we'll get it done eventually, and hopefully we get done quicker than what we did last year. But man, these roads are bad down here. Well, I guess I'm washing my truck off this way. Turn on my windshield wipers. Yeah. So I'm gonna put these nozzles on now, and I'm gonna take some of them off too. So I got a bunch of nozzles on there. As you can see, I got 5 here. I got 2 that are the same thing, and then I got my normal nozzle, and then I got my streamer. My streamer I only use for wheat, but this is the one I usually use whenever I'm running burn down. These ones must have been plugged or something, so I just turned them. And then yeah, so I'm probably gonna take off these all through here, and then I'll put them new nozzles on, and yeah, shouldn't take too terribly long, and I'll have it done. And yeah, I gotta do that to this one, and I also gotta do that to Ross's. The main one is Ross's right now, but I'll be right after him spraying beans that are up. He's about done, or he's not really about done, but we've got some corn that's up that we need to get sprayed here pretty soon. So only time will tell, but we'll get it all done eventually, I'm sure. So on here you can see I do have a lot of nozzles. So let me find one of them. I still got some of the nozzles on here from whenever we first bought the sprayer. I don't use them, but it's nice to have them for a spare in case you run out in the field. Right here. So see that guy right there? I ain't even gonna try it, because if I do that, it'll probably break off. No. So this is the nozzle that came with the sprayer. And as you can see, it's starting to dry rot a little bit on the bottom there. Probably break. That hole's getting a little bit too big. That's why we have to get new nozzles. So whenever you're running 10-gallon, sometimes even 15, 20, these nozzles do not hold up very well. That is one of the only downfalls of these nozzles, is they do not hold up very well. But like this one, I could probably use again this year, and I could probably use, that's a good one, use this one again next year. But it's not worth it, because I'm not sure that it's really illegal to do it. It's just more or less, we don't want to get in trouble and then them say those are nozzles, because this is an easier way to do that. This is an easier way. Some places they want you to replace them every year, some places they want you to replace them every now and then, but we've just decided that we're just going to replace them every year, so we just go through and we replace all of them every year. Not all the nozzles. These ones right here are 2 years. This is their 2nd year. This one we've had since we got this sprayer, which granted, them nozzles might have been over 5,000 or 6,000 acres. Not that bad, but that nozzle might have been over around 30. No, that one was probably around 20, and then this one was probably around 30. And then them old John Deere ones I showed you, I gotta find one. But the old John Deere nozzles, I bet they have probably about 30 or 40 on them too. So it's just nice to keep up on them and keep track of them. That's what we do with them. So a lot of people do like to run these little filters here, which I used to too. I'm not gonna lie, I used to like them. But whenever you spray white chemicals, they don't work very well. So what I'd done was, instead of using them, I went and got 2 new filters for here. That was a smaller micron and another one for here. Works a lot better, because you know when them are plugging up, but you don't know when every single individual nozzle's plugging up. So it's a lot better than them little filters. My nozzles don't plug nearly all that much at all. I can get out and check it pretty easy on this one, so it doesn't really bother me. And I don't have to go through and clean out every individual filter, because cleaning out them little filters is a pain. So I'd rather have to clean out these. That is for sure.
Well, and I got a loading truck now since the truck's out of the way, so over here, put the buttons in, put it in gear maybe. Whoa. Come on. Wanting to act up today for some reason. There we go. So what I normally do when I do this, I pull up here like so, and when I'm right here with the buttons, means I'm pretty much good. So I get out, get down, turn on the leg, hold it for about 10 seconds. I don't know if that was 10 seconds or not, but oh well. And then I can see it's still running, and then I'll turn this on. Then what I'll do, sometimes I'll climb up here like this and see. So now I'll wait for it to go all the way up and pull up and so on and so forth, put on my spot. So then we'll head back down the elevator. I'm already done, but like if everything was still on, I come over here to get done. I turn this one off first, because that's what's feeding that right there into there. Sorry, not this one. Into that leg right there. This is being a wet leg. When I hit that, it turns on this, feeds it. Yeah, turn on that, feeds that into there, runs it up there, and then brings it out right there. And then when that empties out, come over here and I shut the wet leg off. So both those are off. All right, now I can come back here and start my truck.
So you can probably hear them fixing and fabricating there in the shop. They're working on the nitrogen bar. I'll show you guys here after a bit, hopefully, if I can get around to it. But I had to get a new seal for this, so I'm walking back over here in my sprayer now. Yeah, I know, I figured I'd go on a walk because it's a nice day out, so kind of just trying to enjoy the outdoors. I was in the office for a little bit. I was checking on my dicamba restrictions to see what they look like for this year, and they don't really look all that too terribly bad. So I'll go over them with you guys here in a minute and show them. They changed some stuff up. They increased some things, decreased some things, and put a time limit. So we'll see. I'll show them to you guys here in a minute though. They are rather interesting to look at sometimes, especially during times like right now, like where we're all worried about it because we got beans planned. They just released the new restrictions a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I really wish that they would come up and make their minds early in like September or something like that, so then that way we know kind of how to proceed as far as buying crops and chemicals and everything, because we buy all of our stuff in about November and December area, January. So that's whenever we buy all of our stuff. We prepay, we buy it ahead of time, and then we don't have to worry about it for the rest of the year. We don't have to pay for it the rest of the year. It's already paid for, it's already bought, it's already here. So we don't have to worry about it.
How you guys doing? Today we are putting new nozzles on my sprayer. Gotta go down through all this and take these. If I don't drop it, let's get another one here. Just gotta maybe do that. Come down here and pick this one up. Bit difficult. Alice gave me this whole box. I can carry this whole box and all this stuff down that way. So, oh, sorry guys. But yeah, I gotta basically just go do that and all the way down through here. So. So guys, I gotta tell Alex something. So, thank you. Brought me some stuff.
All right, you came over here like you need to talk about something. What is it?
So I got all the nozzles done, but got a bit of a problem.
Is that the good news or the bad news?
That is the good news. I got it done. The bad news is I'm 3 short.
Ross, come on.
I'm not the one to put the box in the sprayer. I was like, yeah, I put them in your spray for you. That was him. He counted them, put them all in there.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I lost them from walking from the cab to down there to put them on.
It's the only reasonable excuse. All right, so that's gonna be all for today's video. Please remember to like and subscribe, follow our Instagram, Facebook page, and use code RUSH100 for FBN for $100 off the membership. And I guess